Entertainment is not art. It is a $2.5 trillion global industry classified as soft power by military strategists. The term secret elite refers to interlocking networks of billionaires, intelligence agencies, and dynastic families. Declassified US State Department documents confirm Hollywood was integrated into psychological warfare operations since W.W. Control operates through ownership, funding, and agenda setting, not just conspiracies. It is structural, not accidental. 90% of global media is controlled by 6 corporations: Disney, Warner Bros., Discovery, Comcast, Paramount, Universal, Sony. Trace ownership further. Vanguard and BlackRock hold 15–20% shares in each. These asset managers control $20 trillion collectively. Decision-making converges on a tiny group of board members and institutional investors. Content is dictated by what protects or expands their financial and political interests. Diversity is an illusion. 1996, CIA officer Chase Brandon became official Hollywood liaison. Declassified records reveal cooperation since 1947. The agency reviews scripts, provides equipment, locations, and alters narratives to shape public perception. Films like Zero Dark 30 or Argo were produced under direct guidance. In exchange, studios get access to resources and credibility. Entertainment serves as state propaganda. Manufactured consent via storytelling. CIA project 1948–1970s recruited over 400 journalists and executives to control news and cultural output. Participants included heads of CBS, Time magazine, and major studios. The goal: influence public opinion by controlling what is seen and heard. Though officially terminated, the framework remains. Key positions in production and distribution are filled by vetted individuals. Information flow is managed top-down. Founders of MGM, Warner Bros. And Disney were high-degree Freemasons. Architectural designs and logos feature esoteric symbols, pyramids, all-seeing eye, obelisks. This is not decorative. Occult traditions teach that symbols bypass conscious reasoning to program the subconscious. Repetitive use of specific archetypes, hero, savior, destroyer, shapes collective psychology. Symbols are tools of mass conditioning. 3 corporations, Universal, Sony, Warner, control 80% of global music. Whistleblowers, Dr. Bob Beck, Fritz Springmeier, confirm use of specific frequencies and lyrical patterns to alter mood and behavior. Industry insiders admit artists are selected for compliance, not talent. Lyrics promote nihilism, consumerism, and hedonism. Music is classified by DoD as weapon of mass influence. It regulates emotion and conformity. Former agent John Casablancas and actresses like Rose McGowan confirm systematic exploitation. Young talent are lured into sexual, financial compromise. This creates blackmail leverage. Jeffrey Epstein's network linked directly to studio heads and celebrities. Compliance is enforced through fear of ruin. The industry functions as a honey trap, ensuring no independent voices rise to prominence. Walt Disney was FBI informant and Freemason. His company created the blueprint for childhood programming. Early films normalized authority structures. Modern content pushes social engineering agendas. Disney works directly with UN and WHO to shape global youth values. They control 40% of US children's media. Generational indoctrination begins before cognitive maturity. Media theorist Noam Chomsky's propaganda model confirms topics discussed, language used, and solutions proposed are pre-selected. 9/11, pandemics, climate change, events are framed identically across all platforms. Entertainment normalizes solutions like surveillance, digital ID, and centralization. Fiction paves the way for policy. Predictive programming prepares populations for acceptance of future changes. SRI International, CIA DoD funded, developed modern marketing and entertainment psychology. They proved mass behavior can be modified via narrative repetition. Audience engineering is a formal discipline. Characters are designed to create identification. Plots resolve conflict via submission to authority. Entertainment is applied social science, not art. Ford, Rockefeller, and Carnegie Foundations provided seed funding for Hollywood and television development. Their mandate: standardize global culture. They fund awards, education, and policy. Foundations act as the intellectual arm, defining what is quality or acceptable. They bridge government, academia, and industry. Agenda is embedded in education and accreditation. Elites are anonymous. Celebrities are the controlled face of power. They function as modern priesthood, dictating values, fashion, and opinion. Psychological studies confirm people transfer parental authority to famous figures. This creates mass obedience. When celebrities speak on politics, science, millions comply. They are owned assets, rented for influence. Rockefeller-funded studies from 1950s concluded sexual confusion marks social control. Entertainment gradually dismantled traditional family structures via content. Kinsey Institute research directly influenced media portrayal. Agenda: atomize society to increase dependency on state, corporate systems. Sexual revolution was planned, social restructuring. Intelligence documents confirm creating conflict between groups prevents unified resistance. Entertainment amplifies identity politics and grievance culture. Stereotypes are reinforced or reversed to create perpetual friction. Unity is systematically discouraged. Energy is directed inward against neighbors, never upward against controllers. American Psychological Association confirms media violence reduces empathy and moral reasoning. The Military Entertainment Cooperation Committee designs action films and games to normalize killing and submission to command. Population is conditioned to accept violence as solution and authority as absolute. Desensitization prepares society for conflict and authoritarianism. Research by Dr. Herbert Krugman, GE Labs, 1969. TV shifts brainwaves from beta, conscious, to alpha, suggestible, within 30 seconds. Viewer enters trance state. Content bypasses critical analysis. Television is the most effective mass mind control device ever invented. Viewers are literally programmed while watching. Oscars, Grammys, BAFTAs are not merit-based. They are industry tools to reward compliance and promote preferred ideologies. Winners are selected via internal committees. Winning seeks access to further resources. Dissenters are blacklisted. Awards create illusion of objective excellence while enforcing ideological purity. 1950s HUAC blacklist never ended. It evolved. Today, cancel culture is modern implementation. Artists questioning official narratives are removed from platforms, demonetized, and smeared. Financial ruin is guaranteed. This maintains ideological homogeneity. The industry is a closed system. Entry requires loyalty oath. YouTube, Netflix, Spotify are owned by same conglomerates. Algorithms are designed to promote approved content and bury alternatives. Reach is controlled by code. Trending lists are manually curated. Independent voices are algorithmically suppressed. Distribution control is now absolute. Early childhood, 0-7 brain development is 90% complete. Content for this age group, Peppa Pig, Paw Patrol, is designed to shape worldview permanently. Rockefeller Foundation funded research proving habits formed by age 7 are irreversible. Programming targets the most vulnerable to secure long-term compliance. Fashion is extension of entertainment. It dictates beauty standards and self-perception, owned by same elite groups. The goal: create insecurity to drive consumption and submission. Body image manipulation causes psychological dependency. One's self-worth becomes tied to industry-defined ideals. Elites facilitated drug distribution in entertainment to ensure dependency and control. CIA's Air America trafficked heroin, Sinaloa cartel linked to studio execs. Drugs create debt, poor judgment, and blackmail. They also lower resistance to manipulation. Chemical and psychological control operate in tandem. Entertainment replaced traditional religion as primary belief system. Fandom functions as church, concerts as rituals, idols as deities. This creates secular religion where consumption and fame are salvation. Spiritual energy is redirected into commercial and political channels. Stanley Kubrick, Steven Spielberg, and others admitted working from briefings. Events like 9/11 pandemic and AI regulation appeared in media years prior. This is not coincidence. Elites use fiction to socialize policies. When it happens in real life, public reaction is, "We've seen this before, oh, it's normal." Olympics, NFL, FIFA are controlled by same networks. Sports function as bread and circuses, diverting attention from injustice. Athletes are elevated, then destroyed if they speak out. Competition is rigged or scripted. They serve as modern opiate for the masses. School curricula were altered by media foundations to remove critical analysis. Children are taught to enjoy, not analyze. Ability to distinguish reality from fiction is systematically eroded. Population becomes functionally illiterate regarding narrative manipulation. Major studios rely on loans from JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs. Funding is conditional on content approval. Banks act as ultimate arbiters. Any project threatening financial or political stability is defunded. Money is the invisible hand guiding every frame. UNESCO and World Economic Forum coordinate global cultural policy. Entertainment content is standardized across nations. Regional identities are erased to create global citizen identity. Culture becomes universal product under central management. Epstein, NXIVM, and Savile cases prove entertainment is linked to elite trafficking rings. Children and vulnerable adults are used as currency and control tools. This infrastructure ensures permanent silence via shared guilt. Entertainment industry serves as cover for the darkest operations. Entertainment redefines words, freedom, peace, consumption, justice, compliance, equity, state control. Orwellian newspeak reduces vocabulary and limits thought. Population can no longer articulate dissent. Language control, thought control. Rising anxiety, depression directly correlates with screen time. Media reinforces isolation and inadequacy. Pharma companies work with studios to normalize medication. Suffering is created, then sold solution. Cycle of dependency is complete. From Nazi Germany to modern Russia to China, entertainment constructs evil other archetype. Dehumanization precedes conflict. Studios produce war films and documentaries to manufacture consent for invasion. War is sold as adventure or moral duty. AI will eliminate human creators and enable perfect narrative control. Content generated in real time to modify behavior. Elites achieve total monopoly on consciousness. The artist is replaced by algorithm owned by few. Decentralized platforms and growing awareness are eroding control. Studies show critical thinking rises with knowledge of manipulation techniques. However, power fights back with censorship and legislation. Control is absolute only if consent is given. Awareness is the antidote. Evidence confirms ownership concentration, documented intelligence cooperation, behavioral science application, and systemic enforcement mechanisms all prove entertainment is a controlled tool. It is not free expression, it is mass conditioning. The elite do not just own entertainment, they use it to own minds. Control the story, and you control humanity.